The Hizmet movement represents Islam in a very grassroots way, meaning that it's not a hegemonic Islam that is very distant from real people who live on the ground. Islam for Hizmet is real people doing real things, acting to affect change in the real world. And the Islam that is represented by members of the Hizmet movement is all about charity. It's all about community. And for me, that is extremely exceptional and very central in the world today, especially when we have so much violence and so many reasons to separate ourselves and to isolate ourselves from one another, so many differences. But the Islam that is represented by Hizmet is one that reaches across the table, one that understands difference to be a strength and not necessarily something to isolate other communities from themselves. I think that the Hizmet movement offers, as far as social movements are concerned in a global context, it offers the possibility of true altruism. And by that I mean, with other social movements, there's always a payoff. There's always some type of capital gain. And I think for the Hizmet movement, the possibility of being altruistic without gaining anything is the reality of what motivates people within the movement. And I think a lot of the world is skeptical of that, and it causes a lot of tension. Everybody's always searching for the reason why people are motivated, but within the community of the Hizmet movement, there's no questions about that. We are motivated because we are a community that wants to help the global community. We are humanitarians in the true sense. There is that altruistic tinge that many social movements just don't have. I have visited a few Hizmet schools, some in Thailand, some in Turkey, some in Cambodia, and I think the Hizmet movement's efforts in education are, again, the only word I can really say is exceptional. One example I will give you is mainly the schools in Cambodia. The post-colonial legacy in Cambodia mandated that instruction in schools be in French of the colonizer or in English, the languages of the colonizer. And the schools that are open in Cambodia till this day, if they're operated and run by the French government or NGOs from France or NGOs from England, they will mandate that the main language of instruction should be in English or should be in French. When I talked to Hizmet students or Cambodian students in Hizmet schools, they were so elated that they were actually being instructed in Khmer, their indigenous language, their native language, and that speaks volumes as to Hizmet's approach to education. It is rooted, it is grounded in the geographic region that they are servicing, and it is mindful of the legacies that these regions are dealing with, right? They're really trying to foster not Turkish Hizmet identity in other places of the world, but they're allowing these children to foster an identity that is indigenous to them, that is important to them, that allows them freedom and independence in the traditions and the languages and the legacies that they have adopted culturally and religiously. So it's quite special the way that the Hizmet movement offers education in different parts of the world.